What are the covert contracts?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. That's my favorite part of No More Mr. Nice Guy. And I know many men read it and say, Robert, that is the biggest takeaway. The covert contracts are unspoken, often unconscious agreements that the nice guy has with everything that's not him, with the world, with God, with women, with just how things work. And in the book, I'm a little bit general, but I've broken it down to 3 specific covert contracts that nice guys have. They're all if then. If I do this, then this will happen. They all are basically manipulative. They all have strings attached. And often the nice guy isn't aware of them and nobody else is either. So covert contract number 1. If I'm a good guy, I will be liked and loved and get my, and going back to, and the women I'm trying to impress will want to be with me and have sex with me. So if I'm good, I'll be liked and loved. Number 2, if I meet everybody else's needs without them having to ask, then they will meet my needs without me having to ask. Now, unfortunately, nobody else knows this contract exists, so they don't know. They're supposed to be reading our minds and figure out what we want, like we're trying to do for them. Another core problem with this is that nice guys are actually really terrible receivers. We're not good at letting people do for us. We're not good at giving to ourselves. So that's covert contract number 2. Covert contract number 3 is if I do everything right, then I will have a smooth, problem-free world. So it's kind of a Peter Panish kind of thing. I do everything right. I'm a good guy, but unfortunately, we're the player, the referee, the scorekeeper. We got the big scoreboard. Hey, I've done everything right. How come this stuff still isn't going the way it's supposed to go in my life? So nice guys are walking around with these covert contracts, and you ask, what's the core characteristic of a nice guy? One of them is that they're often really resentful. They might say, well, I'm kind of bugged or I'm kind of frustrated, but they're really resentful and often rageful because I've been doing this. I've been doing it right. I've been following the rules. I've been, being the good guy. I've been meeting your needs. I've been, following all the rules. How come when's it my turn? How come I'm not getting all the stuff that I thought I would? And that leads to a lot of resentments. And that's one way I tell nice guys, they go, well, how do I know if I'm using covert contracts? And I go, you'll know because you're walking around resentful and pissed off, either because you didn't get back in turn or you didn't get appreciated for all that you did. I heard somebody share a quote the other day that I really liked. To me, is another really nice way of putting covert contracts. And this, I guess, was from Neil Strauss. And he says, unspoken
expectations are premeditated resentment.
Isn't that is what happens
Phenomenal.
with covert contracts?
Phenomenal by him.
Yeah.